big thank you to you all for spending half an hour with us to learn a bit about that which we have been doing over the last quarter, particularly with our dreams. It is midway through our financial year, and I will soon be issuing you all with a Dreams Come True report to share and show that we are on track, having delivered so far this year a stunning 63 dreams already, and that has impacted 3,362 children, which is fabulous to be able to say, and to also know that we are meeting our fundraising targets, because we couldn't do our dream programme without achieving those numbers. So we are very grateful to many of you on the call who are contributing in many different ways to us achieving that success. So thank you very much. I'm going to just also start with a bit of housekeeping. If anybody is not on silent, if they could possibly pop themselves on silent, because otherwise you can hear the keyboards and such. And to also say we are recording this session, so we will be sharing it on our social channels. And if anybody is unhappy or would rather not be seen, do please take your camera off so that we don't have any visuals. So a really solid start for Dreams Come True for this half year, which we're absolutely thrilled about. And obviously the most important thing of that which we have done is deliver the dreams. 63, as I said, so far, and in the last quarter, a great number also. We don't have the opportunity to share them all, unfortunately, so we have a highlighted selection today. So if we could go to the next screen, Jasmine, which is just one quick one more for me, just to say, these are our dream stories. These bring to life the amazing children that we support. The team tells the story brilliantly and of how they have supported the children, their families, and gone the extra mile for kids in the greatest of need, who all have serious illnesses, disabilities, and life-limiting conditions, and all of whom also live in areas of deprivation in the UK. So really super deserving kids. And what you will see next, as this last line on the slide says, is the smiles and the joy and the happiness that our work, thanks to all of your support, enables us to deliver. So I will do a wrap up at the end, because our head of dreams, Emily, who is normally with us, is on leave. So I shall do that at the end, but it is now my absolute pleasure to turn to the amazing dream team and start with Zoe, who is going to introduce the amazing Charlie's story. So over to you, please, Zoe. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so as Lisa said, to start things off, meet Charlie. 9-year-old Charlie, he lives in Wallasey in Merseyside. He's an animal lover, and he loves his dog Peggy, who never leaves his side, and you can see there. Peggy is Charlie's therapy dog, who looks after him, and she's been taught to understand sign as well. Mum says Charlie's personality shines through. He is very popular in school and in his community, and she says he is an inspiration to Dad and me. We are very proud. Charlie also has cerebral palsy. He uses a wheelchair and can have seizures. His referrer explained that he's a very bright boy and has a zest for life and loves to experience everything a typical 9-year-old boy should. However, due to his condition, he's limited in accessing many activities for children his age. This not only impacts Charlie, but his whole family, and restricts the opportunities for them to make and share memories together. And if you just go on the next slide, please, Jasmine. One of Charlie's biggest loves is roller coasters, and when he and his family dreamed of having a UK holiday, we were thrilled to arrange a magical short break to Flamingo Land in Yorkshire. This seemed like it was the perfect choice because it is exciting theme park rides and an award-winning zoo, and also they have pet-friendly accommodation, so that meant that his therapy dog Peggy could join them too. So Charlie's mum and dad and younger sister Evie were all really excited about the holiday. When they arrived, though, it exceeded their expectations, and they were delighted because it was so accessible. They were able to visit during the week, so it felt very calm and relaxed. Charlie was able to go on the rides, and he challenged himself to attempt the bigger roller coasters. He adored the zoo and the farm, and at the accommodation, the swimming pool was really well managed, and it had quiet time slots, so it gave everybody the space to enjoy the swim. The accommodation offered evening entertainment, but mostly after days spent at the park, the family played games together in their caravan and just enjoyed the time that they could spend with each other. Next slide, please. So Mum left us some feedback, and she said of the holiday that spending time together as a family where we can enjoy a positive experience together is something that is rarely possible, Being gifted an opportunity like this is invaluable to us. Without your generosity, we could simply not afford this break. It was so heartwarming to see my two children having so much fun together. When we were queuing for one of the big rides, Evie was giving Charlie lots of support as he was a little nervous, and this encouraged him to try out another ride that Evie absolutely wouldn't. We have really fond memories of Flamingo Land, and I've talked about it a lot over the summer. And there's a video there that I'm going to ask to play. I don't know how it will come across, but I just wanted to mention that this holiday was a complete surprise for Charlie, even on the day. So Mum sent us this amazing video of her telling him the news in the morning. Good morning. Do you have a good sleep?
Yeah.
Got a question for you.
What?
Would you like to go on holiday today?
Yeah.
Yeah? We're going to stay in a caravan?
Yeah.
Yay! Are you excited? You're trying to get out of bed? And it's not very often we get the surprise video, so just a big thanks to Mum for sharing that. And I will pass over to Holly.
Hello everyone. I'm going to take you through Cody's dream. It's one of our dreams from our sort of equipment type dreams, very varied program. So this is Cody, 9 years old, who is a joyful soul who brings warmth and happiness to everyone around him. He's a cheerful boy who attends Croftgoing Primary School, which is a specialist SEND school, where he's supported to reach his full potential. Though getting him to school on some mornings can be a bit of a challenge for his devoted mum. Cody's infectious personality shines through his constant kisses and his bright smiles that light up any room. Next slide, please, Jasmine. Economic hardship touches the lives of almost 1 in 3 children across our country. Children with disabilities face additional barriers, making them 11% more vulnerable to the same struggles. Like over 86,000 children in England with complex medical needs, Cody experiences life fully with joy and determination. However, his mum spoke of the most challenging aspects of his diagnosis. He was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder in 2020. Cody navigates developmental delays, a convergent squint, esophageal reflux, recurring respiratory infections, and significant sleep disturbances. Though he is non-verbal, Cody communicates his love and joy in countless ways. His family worked tirelessly to help Cody feel heard and understood. When physical discomforts from his medical condition become overwhelming, Cody sometimes engages in self-injurious behaviour, which is deeply distressing for both him and his family, who feel helpless, sort of standing by and watching their beloved boy struggle. Next slide, please, Jasmine. Understanding Cody's urgent need for safety and comfort, his family chose a specialised padded double bed for Cody's dream. He's already tall for his age and he thrashes about quite violently during his sleep attempts. Cody was regularly injuring himself whilst trying to settle. The heartbreaking reality was that the family had been co-sleeping in the living room on a blow-up air mattress to try and protect Cody from hurting himself. Their lounge had become a makeshift bedroom. Everyone's rest, it was just disrupting everyone's rest and eliminating any possibility for any quality family time in the living space. Next slide, please, Jasmine. So, Dreams Come True worked closely with the family and their specialist suppliers to source the perfect solution, a spacious, low-profile, padded bed in Cody's favourite colour, blue. Every care was taken to ensure that the made-to-order bed would fit well within Cody's room and configured to his bedroom layout. And there you can see him. You'll see a video in a minute, but there he is with his head down. He's obviously very, very relaxed. Next slide, please, Jasmine. The impact extends far beyond Cody's sleep periods, which have lengthened significantly. Cody now has his own sanctuary where he can enjoy peaceful time alone, something previously impossible in the busy living room. For the first time in years, the family can spend evenings together downstairs. Parents can reconnect in their own living space, and Cody's siblings can enjoy family time without their routine being dictated by makeshift sleeping arrangements. I'm just going to read you some of Mum's feedback. I always feel like it comes best from the parents directly. So this is Mum saying, before Cody's dream came true, we found it extremely hard to set any bedtime routine. Cody was sleeping downstairs with me on a blow-up air bed in our living room. So when it was his bedtime, the whole family had to go upstairs, and TV time was never an option for my older children. Thanks to Dreams Come True, we can now put Cody safely to bed. It's so spacious for him, and we can relax knowing that he's safe and comfortable and it meets his needs. Without Dreams Come True's help, we would never have been able to do this on our own. With the help we receive from Dreams Come True, we can provide Cody with the type of bed best suited for his needs. He is thriving, and he goes straight to bed, and he even enjoys time there during the day. He's using it as his safe space and is sleeping for longer periods, which is incredible for us. I really can't thank Dreams Come True enough. They truly have made Cody's and our dream come true. We're actually loving life for the first time in 7 years. I've always dreamed we would have time together as a family downstairs, especially with our older children. And now even me and my husband get some time together in our own living space without it turning into a hotel at bedtime. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to hand over to Dougie.
Hi everyone, so it's over to me where I'm really excited to tell you about a recent community dream I delivered at the Boathouse Youth in Blackpool. So I'd like to in particular welcome Kentstown Wizard Foundation to this call, as this is a dream that we delivered thanks to their amazing ongoing support. So Boathouse Youth applied to Dreams Come True for a community dream to develop a new sensory garden at their newly developed White Home Youth Centre. This would enhance the facilities available for young people who attend the Pathway programme, which is a specific programme of targeted sessions, providing small group sessions to young people with disabilities and additional needs who access the centre. So for this dream, I worked closely with the staff at Boathouse Youth to develop the new garden, identifying suitable equipment to go in the garden and all areas of the dream delivery. You can see here a before and after picture on the slide, but essentially the space started off as an unused space at the side of the building, so it was great to have the opportunity to turn this into a really beneficial space for the young people at Boathouse Youth. And then next slide, please. So let's have a little look at the main objectives that we wanted to achieve. It was really important for both Boathouse Youth and Dreams Come True that this project was heavily led by the young people who were going to benefit from it. This is their garden to take ownership of, and their involvement in shaping it was one of the most important things about the project. With this in mind, the young people worked closely with the staff at Boathouse Youth to design the garden and to decide the items that were going to go inside it. You can see there in the picture on the left, the design that the young people produced, including the selection of the products that actually ended up going into the garden. Secondly, we wanted to create a space for young people with additional needs to be able to learn in ways that they can't necessarily at home or within the indoor provision that's currently provided. The benefits of getting outdoors are obvious, but pair that with the opportunity to grow new plants and vegetables, for example. This will teach real skills for life, such as responsibility, resilience, and teamwork. But on top of that, essentially, we wanted to create a space where young people on the Pathway programme can have their sensory needs met in a wonderful breakout space where they can feel calm, relax, and take real ownership of their space. It was really important that through this space, young people were able to gain plenty of therapeutic and well-being benefits, and this space was to act as a platform for young people to socialise and strengthen friendships. And then next slide, please. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the features that actually ended up going into the garden. So first of all, we've got a lovely colourful sound and light archway, which is an excellent feature as you enter the garden. As the sun shines on it in the daytime, it gives a really bright feel as you enter. We've then got a selection of water features, which give a real calming feel to the garden. There are a number of planters around the garden to allow children and young people to have fun growing and nurturing new plants and vegetables, teaching all about healthy living and responsibility. There's large musical instruments, including drums and chimes, to add a really fun element to being in the garden. A mud kitchen to allow for some really good imaginative play, hands-on learning and pretend baking adventures. And there's also stepping stones, sensory mirrors and sensory wall panels across the garden to give that really valuable sensory experience for those who use the garden. And finally, there's seating areas to allow for children to relax and enjoy socialising in the garden. And then if we just move on to the next slide, please, where we'll see some more pictures of the completed garden with some of those features that we've just been talking about. And then on to the next slide, please. So upon completion of the project, we held a special launch event, which was put on to officially open the sensory garden. Boathouse Youth put on a special 2-hour session for the children from the Pathway programme to attend with their parents, carers and families. They were treated to some activities before and after the grand opening of the garden and refreshments at the end of the session. The grand opening included a speech by the staff at Boathouse Youth, followed by a ribbon cutting by a group of children who were involved with the development of the garden to declare it officially open. The children then spent time exploring the completed garden for the first time, and the joy on their faces as they enjoyed the new space was clear for all to see. Then let's move on to the next slide, please. Where we just want to finish with some feedback on the completed project. So a few quotes. First of all, from Adele, who's the Pathway Programme Manager at Boathouse Youth, who commented on the true value of the co-production that went into producing the space, with young people shaping the design and choosing how they wanted it to look and feel. She comments on how the young people being so involved now gives them real ownership of the space, and she really believes it will be a calming space which will allow young people to express themselves freely with a deep sense of belonging. And then there's a quote there in the middle from the young people themselves, who comment how everything is exactly as they decided it should be and everything in the place they wanted it. And then finally, just another one at the bottom there from the staff outlining how they hope the garden will provide young people with so many benefits for years to come. All in all, it was a fantastic project to work on and really fantastic to see how it's turned out. Hard work that was put in by the young people themselves to design the space made this project even more special. Okay, thanks everybody.
And finally, moving on to Imogen. So meet Imogen. 3-year-old Imogen is fun, loves being the centre of attention and being treated like a princess. She loves anything comical, so funny characters, and she just genuinely loves to be entertained. She especially loves Peppa Pig and CBeebies. Imogen was urgently referred to have a dream with us. She has neonatal Marfan syndrome, which is often life-threatening due to its impact on cardiovascular health. For Imogen, the impact of the condition is high, causing issues with her heart and breathlessness, so she's unable to walk more than 10 steps at a time and requires assistance with every aspect of daily life. Next slide, please, Jasmine. Imogen's parents wanted to give her the chance of having a special experience while she was still physically able to take part. They knew that CBeebies Land at Alton Towers would be Imogen's ultimate dream come true. As a little thrill seeker, it was the perfect adventure for her. She had the chance to explore her favourite things come to life, sharing the experience with her mum, dad and 5-year-old brother, Freddie, who is going to enjoy it just as much. So Dreams Come True organised a short break for the family to stay at CBeebies Land Hotel, which you can see there, and have 2 days access to the park. The hotel has live shows plus exciting meet and greets with some of the characters, which you can see in the photos. And Mum knew that Imogen would want to stay in the Mr. Tumble suite, which just looks amazing. And when they got there, the Alton Towers team surprised them with treats and balloons on their arrival, which again you can see in the photo. To add to the special touches, Imogen told us what outfits she wanted to wear on the holiday, and she even sent me a sweet little voice note to choose her Peppa Pig outfits, which you can see that she had chosen there. Next slide, please, Jasmine. The whole family enjoyed the time at Alton Towers and went on all the rides in CBeebies Land. They loved the evenings in the Mr. Tumble suite, and Imi got to meet some of her favourite characters and have fun at the disco. They even watched CBeebies in the hotel. They made loads of friends in the lobby and got to witness Imi fall in love with Postman Pat. Jasmine, if you can play those videos, we received so many videos and like really beautiful photos and lots of colour from Imogen's mum. So I just wanted to put as many into the presentation as I could.
Would you like to give Cat cuddle? Oh, well done, sweetheart. That was very brave.
Well done, Amy.
Thanks, Jasmine. And if you can go to the next slide. So yeah, as well as loads of really colourful photos and amazing videos, Imogen's mum, Nicole, also left us some really detailed and thoughtful feedback. So I'm just going to read it out as she's written it as well. So she said, the overall experience was amazing from start to finish. We felt so looked after and everything went so smoothly. Having balloons in the room was a lovely surprise, and Imi and Freddie believed they were actually from Mr. Tumble himself. Imi got to get a cuddle from so many of her favourite characters, which was just magic, and she hasn't stopped talking about them all since. With her medical conditions, bedtime always feels very routine and regimented, but at the hotel, being all together in the same room, having family stories and cuddles before we all went to bed in such a nice room was a lovely memory that I'll cherish forever. There's a short video there of Imogen and her brother coming into the accommodation and seeing the gifts from Mr. Tumble, which I'll let play.
Could you take a video? I know. Oh my.
His excitement sort of cut off at the end, but they were really excited. And the final slide, please, Jasmine. Yeah, so Mum continues, with Freddie also having additional needs, it can be really difficult to navigate life for both of them, having appointments and phone calls needing to be made, and then the daily care needs that they both have. To be able to get away for a few days in a place so tailored for children and accommodating for their needs was exactly what we needed. Imogen got to meet her heroes and go on rides and have a day where she felt like a typical child would. Freddie rode on the runaway mine train in the main park 4 times. They both got to experience the hotel, which is something we never would have been able to do without a dream. For us as parents, knowing that this is something we have all done forever is amazing, and we are so grateful that we've got memories and photos we can look back on. With Imogen's heart unexpectedly being very dilated again in her last appointment and realising that we have less time than we thought, the speed that everything was booked for us has meant that we could do this while she's still well enough. Because we don't know how long that is, we're so grateful, and our family and Imi had the best time ever. And the last video is one of both Imi and Freddie smiling at CBeebies Land.
Wow, thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Dougie. Thank you, Holly. Amazing dreams. And I think a great array of variety of dreams that we've been able to see. An example with Cody of one of our equipment dreams. An example with Charlie, who went to Flamingo Land, and an example through Dougie of a great community space and community dream and sensory garden, and an urgent dream for Imogen, who has short life expectancy, and all the dream team deliver that complement of those dreams and a few other categories, and they all support families with urgent dreams, and that is really tough. So brilliant job, Zoe, because I know you were nervous about reading that, and it's difficult to share stories of children who have such urgent requirements. But wow, what memories, what opportunities that all of those children and all the dreams would not have experienced otherwise. So I really do want to thank my team for amazing work that they do, where they will always go the extra mile. You will have heard that in every dream example. When you look at kind of, the choice of colour of Cody's bed, or, the efforts that Dougie and the dream recipients went to make sure it was co-produced and youth-led. And every kind of variety, our team really does go the extra mile. And wherever we can, the dream team bends in gifting kind support to ensure that we spend our fundraising income as wisely as we can. And the dream team, on that note, as I've done my mid-year report, I can remember this, has achieved 88% already of the gifting kind number that we've attributed to their programme of work for this year. That really shows a growth of partners who are working with us to deliver dreams and helping us to save costs so we can deliver more into the future. So some outstanding work, and we are here with our sole purpose to support children who are so deserving. And credit to Holly in her piece for mentioning the statistics that are so pertinent to the children that we support, where Holly at the beginning of her dream for Cody cited that 1 in 3 children in our country today is living in poverty, and that those children with disability are 11% more likely to fall into poverty because of their disabilities and life-limiting conditions. So we really do know that we're supporting some of the greatest in need children in our country.